What is up, everyone? I am BisharpBrawler and you are watching the 14th episode in the Road to 721 series. Today we're returning to RU to use Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion is a very interesting Pokemon in RU. It's not amazing, by any means. I'm not gonna be like it's the best Pokemon here at all. It's not. It's really not. It's just outclassed pretty heavily by other offensive fire types like Mega Camerupt, Typhlosion, Delphox, and Houndoom. They just do the Typhlosion's job better because of how dependent Typhlosion is on being full HP. And that lies all in the nature of what Typhlosion is. Typhlosion is the fastest user of the move Eruption, only tying with Entei, who's never going to run Eruption, because why would you use Eruption over Sacred Fire if you have that high of a physical attack stat? Right? That just makes no sense. But Eruption isn't a reliable main move, of course. When you get weakened, Eruption gets weakened as well, meaning you cannot consistently keep using it and still keep switching in as well. It's really hard to get in consoles for free constantly. It's just really annoying in general. However, that does not mean that Typhlosion is bad. That means that if Typhlosion is in on full HP, something is either taking a huge hit or dying. Oftentimes, dying, which is really nice. That's what Typhlosion does well. We have a choice scarf to help with this, because it means I outspeed the entirety of the unboosted tier. And it means that I can come in and click Eruption, and if something gets 2-hit KO'd, it can't come in either. Making this an incredibly threatening Pokemon. Flash Fire is also a great ability to have for a Pokemon like this, because it gives me an immunity and an ability to boost my Eruption if I predict correctly, meaning I can potentially get in for free even if I'm switching it on a hit. Fire Blast is the secondary move because sometimes I have to get weakened. It rarely happens. I really attempt to keep this Pokemon as healthy as I can, but sometimes I just get weakened really heavily. Then I have to click Fire Blast instead of Eruption. So if you're below 73%, Eruption does less damage than Fire Blast. I don't always just immediately go to Fire Blast at that point, because I feel like Eruption has 100% accuracy. Oh my god, I can't talk today, man. Fire Blast does not, so Eruption is more reliable than Fire Blast when it comes to hitting. Solar Beam is the next move on the set. This is a Sun team, so this is the best way to deal with bulky waters. And Focus Blast hits rock types. I have never clicked Focus Blast in testing with this team. Not once. Because it's simply not worth it. It's just not. There's nothing that you're predicting to switch in that you wouldn't click Eruption or Solar Beam on. Like, there's no real reason to have this on the set, but there's no real other move you want on the set either. So you may as well, right? That's pretty much it. You could run Sleep Talk here for if you want to come into something, but it's not reliable enough, in my opinion. EVs are meant to make Typhlosion as fast as possible and hit as hard as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much what they do. These EVs are, of course, pretty basic for a Special Scarfer. It really does make sense. Now, Typhlosion works. It's not the best Pokemon in RU, but it's pretty decent. I think I can definitely put in the work with this Pokemon if I don't run into really defensive teams the entire time, because that's not something Typhlosion likes. I'll talk about that more later on when the team is done, but this team is better against offensive teams than defense teams. Right. So let's go into Venusaur next, because of course, as I said, we're running a Sun team, and Venusaur excels in the Sun. Solar Beam is such a stupid powerful move coming from a stab, base 100 special attack. It's gonna hit super hard. Sludge Bomb is a great secondary move to have because it has a chance to poison. It just hits really hard. Really awesome. Synthesis allows me to get back up to high HP because in the Sun it covers 66%. So I can get Warden down my Life Orb and random damage and still be able to keep going. And HP Fire hits most notably Pharaoh Seed, but also other steel types that might come in. Now, that's about it for Venusaur. It's a really basic Sun Sweeping set. It's not the set that I wanted to use back when I was using Venusaur in RU, which is of course the only other time I played RU on this series. Simply because I wanted to go bulk Venusaur back then. This is a really good set on its own, but it needs much more team support to work, and this team gives it that support. Next up is Flygon. Flygon is the start of what is essentially more utility Pokemon on the team. Typhlosion and Venusaur are essentially the only really offensive Pokemon on the team. The rest is all support. Flygon has the really important move Defog. Typhlosion cannot deal with rocks. He takes 25% every single time he switches in, and that weakens not only himself but also his Eruption, which absolutely sucks. You need to get rid of those rocks. They cannot be on the field, they have to be gone, and Flygon is the best at that. It is quite fast, especially for a Defogger, meaning it will almost always be able to get off a Defog. It hits pretty hard, meaning it might force some switches on which it can Defog. And it's just in general great utility. Dragon Claw and Earthquake from dual stabs, which is great to just hit the tier pretty hard. And U-turn gives me some momentum to potentially get a free switch into Typhlosion, which is really awesome, because that's what I need. Leftovers is the item of choice, because I need to keep Flygon healthy in order to keep defogging. And I could have run Roost on this set, I know, but I didn't have the space for it. Leftovers was more worth it. It's also, combined with Venusaur Synthesis, the only way of recovery my team has. The other 3 Pokemon on the team have no way of recovering HP. Which is also a reason why Stealth Rocks Gone are so ridiculously important, because every time they switch in, they take damage, and the damage is permanent. I cannot remove it. It stays there. And it really does suck. One of those Pokemon, of course, is Uxie. A physically defensive set, because I needed to be able to switch into any physical hit. I have other Pokemon to deal with special hits. Stealth Rock, Sunny Day, U-turn, and Psyshock. Stealth Rock, of course, is great to have, but it's never my main priority because I will most likely be defogging it away with Flygon anyway. Sunny Day is what powers up Typhlosion and Venusaur so much. Typhlosion's Eruption in the sun is a nuke. Something will take a huge hit, and that is really nice. U-turn might potentially allow me to get a free switch into Typhlosion or Venusaur after setting the sun, which is really cool, and Psyshock is a damaging move that allows me to not be a sitting duck when I get taunted. Heat Rock is the item of choice for the simple reason that I need sun. I need a lot of sun. And for that reason I need to run Heat Rock. Now, next up is a Pokemon that I have used before. Not in RU though, back in PU. I have used this Pokemon in the PU team. It's a different set, and it's a win condition for my team. It's Sunny Day, Tail Glow, Baton Pass, Volbeat. I used this team on the Ivysaur team to set the sun for Ivysaur. This time, it's to set the sun for Typhlosion and Venusaur, but also to potentially Baton Pass a Tail Glow to Typhlosion or Venusaur. If that happens, I pretty much win. It hits so an Eruption at +3 hits so hard. It is actually ridiculous, especially in the sun. Not even Bulky Waters, not even especially defensive Slowking is taking 2. And once I get that, nothing likes taking it anymore. I use Bug Buzz over U-turn because I already have Baton Pass for momentum, and Bug Buzz might actually help Volbeat benefit from Tail Glow itself, which is quite useful. This thing is my win condition. In the late game, I need to get this thing in, set up a Tail Glow, set up a Sunny Day, and Baton Pass to Typhlosion or Venusaur and win. That is the goal. It works well. Sometimes. You need to be in a good situation to pull it off. It's not easy, but if you do, you have a seriously powerful tool on your team. Also, people don't expect it. People expect Volbeat to be like Encore, T-Wave, shit like that. And then they suddenly see Tail Glow and they're like, fuck. I screwed up. Which is really awesome. Next up is Deontay. Another Heat Rock Pokemon, of course, sets the sun once again. Is also my only way of switching into Vlachinder, if I see it. And apart from that, it's pretty much specially defensive. It's sassy, since I have Moonblast and Diamond Storm, which both function as... which are, of course, special and physical, so I need to not lower my offenses. Heal Bell is also a great move to have, because I might get paralyzed, maybe on Typhlosion or on Venusaur, which is really crippling, so I can remove that with Heal Bell. And that's pretty nice. This is a great switch into especially defensive powerhouse, especially offensive powerhouses, like the many offensive fire types in the tier that I like not necessarily Mega Camera because Earth Power is very scary, but Houndoom and Delphox I can easily switch into them any day of the week. So this is quite a powerful Pokemon to have. That's it for the team. As I said, this team works very well against offensive teams for the reason that Venusaur and Typhlosion are going to be outspeeding and OHKOing all of those offensive Pokemon because of their insane speed stats. And offense teams' low bulk. However, this team lacks the sheer power to break through those heavy walls before a Tail Glow. And it's not easy to set up a Tail Glow against walls. It might sound weird, but I might get status, I can paralyze, I can get Encored. It's just really, really annoying. That's the problem. I really hope I don't run into only defensive teams today, because that would suck. I really want to face at least one offensive team so I can show you what this team does. Of course, it's not a guarantee that I immediately win, but I can seriously shut down their offenses with Uxie, Flygon, and Deontay, which are just great defensive Pokemon, and then eventually use Volbeat to give past Tail Glow to Typhlosion or Venusaur and just win the game. Because offensive teams don't have switches to that, pretty much. So, that's it for the team. I'm gonna go into the first match now, and I will see you guys there. For the first match of today, we're facing quite an interesting team of Linoon, most likely Mega Banette, Hitmonlee, Machoke, Vivillon, and Cinccino. If only my team carried a Ghost type. If only my team carried a Ghost type. Oh well. Whatever. It's okay, it's quite offensive, so that's kind of cool. His team has I don't think his team can even take hits at all. However, his Hitmonlee is kind of a threat because it can outspeed me in the sun because of Unburden. If it is that set, of course, I don't know that. What I want to do here, I want to get up the rocks. I want to make sure Vivillon doesn't set up in my face. And for that I need the rocks. I could also lead Typhlosion and just fire off an Eruption. But Vivillon could potentially have Sash, which could be an issue. And then I could get status, which would suck. I'm leading Uxie. As he leads his Banette. He frisked my Heat Rock, now he knows I'm Sun. Now he 100% knows I'm Sun. Oh well, I'm just setting up the rocks turn 1. He does have a Rapid Spin on Hitmonlee, of course. But his Hitmonlee is not coming into anything. Any hits at all. And I mainly just need to break that sash on break a sash on Vivillon. If it has it, I don't know that for sure, of course. It could be Substitute. I don't think so. It's very likely that it's Sash. What does he go for? He goes to Confuse Ray. I already hate this asshole. I already hate this asshole. God damn it. I'm gonna go for U-turn. Oh, I'm faster. And he didn't... I can switch in Typhlosion now. It's way too big a risk to switch Typhlosion into an offensive move. So I go into... Deontay. Let's see what he does. He goes for knockoff. That is fine. It kind of sucks that I lose my Heat Rock here. But it's really not that bad. I still get a decent amount of turns if I were to set it up now, set up the Sun now. I'm just going to go for Moonblast though. He confused me again. Okay, so how do I... Okay, that's... I guess the special attack drop is kind of neat. How do I deal with him constantly confuse raying? I kind of want to go into Volbeat. As I could potentially set up a Tail Glow. The thing is, if I Baton Pass, I'm also going to Baton Pass the Confusion. Which really sucks. Oh my god, that crit. Oh cool, I snapped out of Confusion already. Oh nice, the Mega Banette is gone. Okay, that annoying piece of ass is gone. Thank you. I got quite lucky with the Confusion there, I'm not even going to lie. I am not risking these Linoon just setting up on my Deontay. I am not gonna... It's not going to happen. I'm going to Moonblast. My Linoon is quite frail, so it might just knock him out. It's not. It didn't knock him out. Now this is a problem. Uxie might be able to take one hit. That's what I'm now going to rely on. Is he Seed Bombs? He knocks me out. The Deontay wasn't that useful there anymore. Anyway, I'm going to go into Uxie and just click Psyshock. I think I can live one. I should live one. Shadow Claw. Yes, I do. Knock it out. Okay, good. Another threat gone. I need to set up the sun soon, though, because without the sun, Venusaur and Typhlosion aren't very good. Goes to Cinccino. Do I need my Yuxi? If I get the sun, I think I can win with Typhlosion immediately. So I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to try to set up the sun. 1, 2, 3. I barely don't live it. Fuck. I'm going to go into Volbeat now. I know 2 of my Sunsetters are dead, but that's not that bad. I'm going to just... Do I want to go Tail Glow first, or do I want to go Sunny Day? Because... Okay, so let's say I set up Tail Glow now. I don't want to set up Tail Glow because Hitmonlee, if he is Fake Out Unburden, he's going to be outspeeding Typhlosion anyway. So I'm just going to go for Sun. He goes for Rock Blast. Oh, thank God I didn't set up Tail Glow. That would have fucked me over so much. And now he's in some trouble. His team cannot deal with this Solar Beam. I don't think it can. Let's see. It knocks out Cinccino. That's 1. I assume Hitmonlee is coming now. There it is. And he's gonna go for Fake Out. And it's Fake Out Unburn. It's Fake Out Unburn. Yes, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm gonna Solar Beam. As he has Blaze Kick! That might be game, guys. What the hell was Blaze Kick Hitmonlee? Let's see how much this does. Yes, there's a chance. I'm Choice Scarf Typhlosion, so that might mean that it can just Eruption twice. I just need to do as much damage as possible with this Machoke. Then I will have 2 turns of Sun left after Flygon goes down. I don't think he's taking this Eruption in the Sun. There we go, that's awesome. Unless you have Mach Punch. If he has Mach Punch, nope, he doesn't. As Machoke goes down and now Vivillon, there's no way in the world that Vivillon is taking this Eruption in the Sun as it's super effective. There we go. That is the power of this team against offensive teams. You may be like, yeah, well, you barely won. Yes, but you saw what happens once Venusaur and Typhlosion came in the Sun. They decimated the team. Because they were just much faster than anything. Even though he was so offensive and he relies on his speed. The Hitmonlee was kind of scary, but Flygon managed to take the hit, which I honestly wasn't really expecting. But sure, I'll take it. And yeah, that's what this team is supposed to do. I'm really happy that I got to show this match. I'm going to go into the next one now and I'll see you guys. For the second match, we're facing Mono Fighting for some reason. Sure. Why the hell not, huh? Okay. I can, okay. It also means this team is quite offensive once again, so that means that Typhlosion should be able to put in the work. Let's say I were to lead with Typhlosion, right? What does he switch into Eruption? Like, unless he leads Hitmonlee. Let's say he doesn't lead Hitmonlee. He leads something else. What does he switch into Eruption? I don't think he switches in anything. Ambor doesn't like taking that hit. Oh, he does lead Hitmonlee. What? Really? Are you kidding me? What does he think? It's not like... he just used his Fake Out Unburden, so he's never going to get Unburden again. And it's not like this has any chance of knocking me out. What was he thinking? Okay, well that is honestly kind of sad for him. It's not like it would have killed me, but it is still kind of sad. I'm just going to Moonblast again. Hey, why would you Dragon Dance? Oh, he has a Sash. That's fine. I just need to get the Sun and I outspeed this guy anyway, so it doesn't matter. He does have Iron Head to knock me out. That's also quite fine. I need to guarantee the Sun up, so I need to go into Volbeat. I don't think I need to Tail Glow this game either. He's just gonna straight up knock me out. That's fine. I have now 8 turns of Sun. I could go into Typhlosion here. Eruption in the Sun is quite powerful, so I'm just gonna go with this. Like he can switch in for Virizion to a Solar Beam. Wait, what? He's saying that I don't think HJK would have killed. He's saying that it cost him the game, but it didn't really matter. Okay, I'm not risking this. I'm gonna go into Flygon. Go for Head Smash. Okay, that miss didn't matter at all. Flygon would have easily taken that. I mean, it's kind of sad that he missed. It's quite lucky. And I got lucky last game as well with the... Holy shit, that did a lot of damage. Cool. Cool. This game is going quite well. He cannot Mega... He's gonna Ice Punch. Oh, that's a nice play. Even if he is Scarf, he now has to once again switch something into this Eruption, which he can't. I mean, the Head Smash miss didn't matter. Okay, goodbye Virizion. Literally no way in hell you're taking that hit. He goes back into Metagem. Does he want to fake me out here? Because he isn't taking an Eruption. I don't know why he did that. Now I have to deal with his Embor. With the sun gone, this thing could be a threat. I'm gonna do a calc real quick of how much I can do to this thing. Okay, so I need him to take recoil damage, so for that reason I'm going into Yuxi now. As he I'm so sorry, dude. I'm sorry for this. That's ridiculous. I need to say this because that's honestly ridiculous how much he is missing. I am just gonna Side Shock now because I need the sun. I need the sun for Venusaur to come in. Because if Venusaur comes in, Venusaur does 69 to 82% with Sludge Bomb, so it should knock him out after one more turn of one more recoil. As he, wow, that didn't kill me. Oh, of course, it was a crit. Well, then usually just knocks him out. That's fine. That's the game. It was honestly insane how much he missed. That's actually ridiculous. But I still don't think the high jump kick would have killed the Yancy. But even if it did, I would have had different ways to deal with the Hitmonlee. So I mean, of course I got lucky. I'm not going to act like I didn't get lucky because the two head smash miss were huge. I don't think the HJK miss was as huge as he says it was, but still. Honestly, I feel bad for this win. I don't think he had the tools to switch into Typhlosion Eruption either way. But it's still stupid. Like, that's just a fact. I'm sorry for this, whatever. We're gonna go into the next one now and I will see you guys there. For the final match of today, I see some defense. I see a Registeel, which is probably one of the few defensive Pokemon Typhlosion can actually break, which is nice. Apart from that, Metacham, Mega Banette, Braviary, Electros, and Flygon. He has the tools to switch into Eruption this time with that Flygon. So this might be a little bit interesting. I do really want to get my rocks up again. Because of that Braviary mainly. So I have to be careful about defogging this game. I don't want to give him rocks. Because if I defog and Braviary comes in, he gets a +2. So I'm going to go into lead Typhlosion. He leads Banette. Here's the thing. Banette does not take an Eruption. Banette does not have Prankster yet. I easily outspeed him. I'm going to click Eruption. Right now. Because he might just lose his Banette here if he makes a mistake. It's a huge risk to risk Typhlosion here. But I don't think that a Mega Banette is taking it an eruption, and it could be huge for him to lose his Mega here. And I kind of figured that was coming in, but it still does a lot. It does a lot, which is nice. And I'm gonna go into Yuxi. Oh, okay, of course, the U-turn was pretty obvious, but I couldn't stay in because any damage on Typhlosion is bad. Now he's gonna get off his Mega Evolution for free. I'm going to... Do I want a U-turn? I'm not gonna be fast. I'm gonna be faster most likely, so I'm gonna Sunny Day. As I am indeed faster. He goes for the Shadow Claw. Oh, that does a lot. I need to be careful. Need to be really, really careful with this thing. I'll go into Deontay. They should be able to take 1 or 2 hits. Nice. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go for the... I mean... The Registeel switch is so obvious. I kind of want to pull a double into Typhlosion now. Because if the Registeel does come in the sun, Flygon isn't taking another Eruption. So I'm going to make the switch. As he goes for Shadow. Well, that's... oh my god, that was bad. Fuck. That's really, 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 really bad. I really thought he was going to go into Registeel on the Deontay. Fuck. Okay, we're just gonna click Solar Beam now. I see Destiny Bonds. Does this knock him out? Because then I'm pretty much screwed. It doesn't knock him out. Okay, that's something. Damn! That I lost Typhlosion there. That sucks. I'm going into Flygon. I know he's gonna try to Destiny Bond me for a while. I really think so. And Flygon is probably the one Pokemon I can. Thing is, I don't think I can break the Registeel anymore. Venusaur's HP Fire might do a lot if it's in the sun. I'm just gonna Earthquake. Oh, he missed the Will-O-Wisp. That's quite lucky because now I just got removed this for free. I don't know what he's going into next. I've gotten rid of his Mega. He got rid of my Typhlosion, which just really sucks. Flygon might be able to do some damage to Registeel. I honestly don't know how I can kill this Registeel. Only HP Fire from Bulbasaur and Flygon's EQ are gonna do damage, so that sucks. He goes to his Medicham. Do I want to sack off Yuxi? Do I think it's useful still? I think my win condition here is get that Tail Glow onto Venusaur. So I'm gonna sack off Yuxi and then go into Volbeat. Oh my god, I lived. Huh. I'm gonna set up rocks. Yeah, I just want this Yuxi to die. And if I somehow outspeed this thing, I'll take the rocks. Or if it doesn't kill me. Or whatever. Like, I think this could work. If I get into Volbeat here and get up a Tail Glow, maybe even 2, but that's way too big a risk, honestly. I could potentially win with Venusaur. Okay. I think he's choiced, meaning he won't be doing a crazy amount to me. We're gonna go for it. Tail Glow. Let's see. Goes for Ice Punch again. I can take one more of those. I'm gonna set up the Sun. I'm gonna Baton Pass into Venusaur. I did it. I got into. Oh no! Oh, Thunder Wave. Okay, that really sucks. That's the sweep gone. It's over. It's over. He does sack off his Registeel unless he that didn't even kill. That's in the sun. HP Fire. That's insane. I'm gonna go for Solar Beam now. Oh my god, he has Rest. Let's see how much this does. See, that's the power of that Solar Beam. At this point, I can't win. It's dead. Luckily, it's dead. But he can come into anything now and just kill my Venusaur. That's Thunder Wave. I completely forgot about Thunder Wave. If I would have gone for one more Tail Glow, I would have won. I'm gonna go for Synthesis, even though it probably just knocks me out here. Yeah, I think it's over. Honestly, kind of sad, but whatever. It probably it was probably over when I lost Typhlosion because I was stupid. I don't need to defog. Nothing on my team really cares. So I'm gonna Dragon Claw, try to get this thing weakened. He goes for knockoff, gets rid of my leftovers. Yeah, I don't think I can win this anymore. Goes for Giga Drain. I mean, I'm at least gonna get this kill. And he's just gonna go into Medicham, click Ice Punch a few times and win. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's it. He goes for Sand Headbutt. Whatever. That didn't really matter. I go into Deontay now. I'm gonna click Moonblast. And I'm probably gonna die to a Sand Headbutt. If I don't, then I die to a Brave Bird. Or I die to an Earthquake. And Volbeat isn't gonna sweep this team. It's sad. I would have loved to see Volbeat Tail Glow sweep. It would have happened if I would have played it a little bit smarter and predicted that T-Wave. But I just completely forgot Registeel even gets that. And that's completely my own fault. If I would have stayed in, gone for a second Tail Glow, and then the Taunt Pest the next turn, assuming I wouldn't have gotten paralyzed, I don't think he would have gone for a second Thunder Wave, so I would have gotten in Venusaur at +6 and just won. I do live, I get flinched, that doesn't matter. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, well, now I lost this game to luck. No, I lost this game when that Thunder Wave happened and when I made the misplay into my Typhlosion. But whatever. I really liked... I showed off this video what my team can do. I showed off the power of Venusaur doing almost 50% to a Registeel on a resisted hit. That's honestly insane. Typhlosion put a lot of work in the first 2 matches. I think I showed off what this team can do quite well. I want to go into my outro now, but sadly he is not finishing for some reason. It's really not that difficult what you're supposed to click here. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm happy with this video. I showed off what my team can do, what Typhlosion can do, the power of Volbeat Steel Glow Pass, the power of Venusaur. This was some good matches. I'm really happy. I'm gonna see you guys next time. We're going to Little Cup with Auron. And I like the set. I really, really, really like the set. That's for sure. I will show it to you guys soon. I'm gonna see you guys there. I'm out. Peace.